Greetings, I'm Hellena Pugh, a Marine Corps veteran and the host of your 5-Minute Salute. Today I have with me Chris Mancik. Chris, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
So how did you become a member of our nation's military?
Honestly, it's a family thing. My dad was in the Army back in Vietnam. Grandfathers, uncles served, kind of like a Forrest Gump family. Then I was the oldest. I said, I got to correct the error. My dad was Army, so I was going to go Navy. And then I did that for about 9 years active. Spent 2 in the reserves. And yeah, absolutely loved it.
Excellent. And what do you do now?
Now I'm a marketing consultant. I help companies recognize and engage with the military community, so folks like you and I, and see us as consumers and not just a cause to support.
Right. So your business name is Speak Marketing?
Yep.
Okay. And then what do you do specifically to help with that military speech?
A lot of it's at the most fundamental level, it's getting the little things right. So in your case, someone wanted to engage with you, don't call you a soldier. Don't call you an airman.
Right.
Definitely don't call you a sailor. You're a Marine.
Exactly.
Things like that. So some businesses, if they're around Camp Lejeune, recognize your audience, they're Marines. If you're in Norfolk, they're sailors. Things like that. Even stuff like on Memorial Day, helping craft messages so that companies come off that, have an authentic engagement without saying something like, thank you for your service, happy Memorial Day, here's a discount. The day means a little bit more, and if you get it right, it makes a difference. And then recognizing that there are days that aren't pre-printed on calendars that can be more powerful. When your message gets lost in the noise, it doesn't matter how great it is, no one heard it. So, a great example that you'll love, I tell a lot of companies there's Veterans Day, which is great, celebrate. But if you really want to make an impact, how about celebrate the Marine Corps birthday the day before?
That's
No
right,
one does
because
that.
you all aren't celebrating Veterans Day until we've celebrated the Marine Corps birthday.
Exactly. It's just the Marine Corps birthday part 2.
Right, exactly. So basically, you're acting as a bridge between corporations and the veteran consumer, which I've said before, the veteran consumer is really an untapped market. If companies knew the power of the veteran community as consumers, they would be more focused in their efforts to connect with them. So that's basically what you're doing.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Because most people I've discovered, most folks look at the military and they think, oh, it's just men and women in uniform, and that's a small group. They don't recognize it as a community. It's right. It's the member, veterans, retirees, and most importantly, most overlooked, the spouses. No one serves on an island. So when you add all those folks together, that's a lot of consumers with a lot of buying power.
Right. So when you were transitioning, was there a certain element that you learned or a certain lesson that you learned that really helped you with going into your business or something that you encountered when you were in the transition process that you want to share with other veterans?
Yeah, when I was transitioning, I noticed that a lot of the companies would go to these marketing events, these recruiting events, and they would talk about, oh, we're very military friendly. And I would kind of ask, well, what does that mean? And most folks couldn't answer it. And the HR folks didn't understand the military terminology. So we were always told, you got to translate it to civilian. Right. But then when I got on the other side of the aisle, if you will, when I was sent to a military recruiting event as the member to talk, to myself and my colleagues, I had some folks hand me brochures with comically fake Halloween costumes as military representations. And I was supposed to hand that out to folks who knew what it should have looked like and thought, how did we get this wrong? The company was, $1 billion medical device company. How did they not know this? And it clicked in my head and realized because no one ever taught them. No one ever thought, oh, well, if we get this right, maybe that will make a difference. So, I saw a need and a very large gap in knowledge and decided to do something about it.
That's excellent. Well, I really appreciate you for being here today, and definitely want people to learn more about Speak Marketing so that, like you say, our companies that are really interested in supporting and connecting with the veteran community can get it right. Thanks for being here, Chris. So America, if you want to learn more about Chris Mancik and see some interviews from the other segments of our 5-minute salute, do us a favor and visit our website at ZaharaVets.org, and you'll be connected to this interview as well as the information for Chris and how you can learn to get it right. My name is Hellena Pugh. I am the founder of ZaharaVeterans Network. So I started ZaharaVeterans Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.